So what is going on, guys? We are back with another video, and what we are doing, you can see by the title of the video, we are going to sim the next 5 years to see who is going to win the Super Bowl, what are the awards, all of that. We're going to show all of that jazz. So I'm not going to play any of the games. I'm not going to go into the sim. I'm not going to control anything. But the reason why I am the Packers is I have to choose one of the teams, and I'm going to choose my favorite team in the NFL. Jerry Cook's an 84. Interesting. I have the injuries on everything. I turned pre-existing injuries off, though, because the injuries that were pre-existing would happen to be the real-life ones. And technically, this season is before that. So 15-minute quarters, everything. Simply as we're going to go to the playoffs. That is all that's going to matter. We just need to go to the playoffs. Another thing I did was I altered a few of the ages for players that I don't think are actually going to retire. Like if you've actually played franchise or you've done rebuildings or you've watched rebuildings, you'll see that Tom Brady retires first year every year after it's over. But obviously, with the way Tom Brady's playing this year, he's going to play 100% one more year unless something bad happens to him injury-wise, which I don't think that's going to happen. So we have made the playoffs at 9-7. There's injuries. Sam Shields is ready to play again, so he did get hurt. Packers lead division at 9-7. Switch the Bears and Lions record, and you have a kind of close thing. Let's take a look at the standings. This might take a little bit longer than I thought it would. Patriots at 13-3. Cowboys at 12-4. So we're actually seeing some, like, not every team, but some of them pretty accurate. Not bad at all, actually. Panthers miss again. Raiders miss, which is surprising. Dolphins miss. Steelers miss. That is hugely surprising. Broncos miss, which is true. Not by that much. Falcons at 5-11. That is very shocking. I don't really care too much about the league injuries. To be fair, a lot of that could happen. Alex Smith wins MVP of the league. Very interesting there. Oh, wrong button. I don't want to see what Skip has to say. Take a look. NFL MVP, Alex Smith. Drew Brees was second. A couple of the names you would expect to see. Coach of the Year, Patriots coach, which isn't very realistic. They usually give it to a youngster that's taking a team out of normality. So, Barkevius Mingo, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Richard. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Ramsey. Best quarterback, so nothing really too spectacular. Can't really go against many of these. Go to the offensive side of the NFC. Drew Brees, Sean Lee, Jordan Howard, Rookie of the Year. And he's played really well, to be fair. Jordan Howard, in real life, probably did better than Elliott, let's be honest. Best quarterback, Drew Brees, of course. Shane Vereen, best running back from the Giants. That's a shocker. A lot of these names are actually very shocking. Devontae Adams, best wideout. That's a huge shocker. Some of these numbers are really weird. Cowboys, as per usual. So, decent numbers. So, of course, with that knowledge, we already know what the playoff teams are. We're going to see who wins the Super Bowl this year. There's a couple. I'm just hoping somebody that wins it isn't one of the teams that didn't actually make it. Like, I hope the Cardinals don't win it. Let's see, divisional round. So, wild card game. Packers lose to the... Wow, what a game. That's true, man. That would happen in real life if it just so happened to have went down like that. Chiefs, Seahawks lose... Wow, okay. Seahawks lose to the Saints. So Dallas wins 49-20 against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Did Tom Brady retire? He didn't retire. Threw 2 picks in the Super Bowl, though. Elliott does decently. Terrence Williams goes off. That'd be a very big shocker as well. Cedric Thornton... Interception, Sean Lee. Barry Church. I almost said Barry Smith. Not true. So, your first Super Bowl, the winner of this year's Super Bowl, according to Madden, is the Dallas Cowboys. Interesting. Clay Matthews finally starting. Peppers probably, I think he goes free agency every year. I honestly, with this roster, I don't know if the Packers are even going to make it. Like Garrett Blunt to the Packers. That's interesting. So, you have your NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers. 10-6 Packers. Realistic this year, and the 10-5-1 Giants take away that one and go with the win, and that's exactly what happened. So you have the wildcard playoff game. See the statistics. NFC North, a shit show again, honestly. NFL records. Falcons do make the playoffs this time. Titans, don't know about 12-3-1, but I could see them making the playoffs. Seahawks 12-3-1. As of right now, I'm seeing a very realistic, like this, other than the Browns, let's not go around thinking the Browns are going 8-7-1, which they could with RG3 if he's healthy. And the Rams, not really. Steelers missed the playoffs again, though. What is this? Other than those couple of names, very realistic, in my opinion. Very realistic. So, let's take a look at the stats. We obviously seen Aaron Rodgers is the MVP. 5,201 or 16 yards. Not going to happen. Aaron Rodgers and company, that's just not them. As a Packer fan, I don't think Aaron Rodgers will ever eclipse 5,000. It's just not going to happen. So let's see the AFC awards. Ben Roethlisberger, best quarterback. Defensive player of the year. Got some rookies. Not really sure what any of that's going to mean. Best running back, Latavius Murray. I could see it in the future. Antonio Brown, obvious. Marshall Yanda, could happen. Mac, not a surprise. Houston, not a surprise. Rookie, very big surprise there. Jason McCourty, very, very big surprise that rookie wins it. That's a stud for them. Catanzaro's a decent kicker. Doesn't surprise me there. Aaron Rodgers, Greg Robertson, a huge surprise. Holy crap. Packers must have went off, man. And if the Packers ever do win a Super Bowl on this, I will show you that we didn't cheat. I will take a look at the team schedule and all that. Best running back, Freeman, not a surprise. Where's Elliott, though? 4th, okay. Lacey on the Giants. I always thought that would be a team that would actually go for Lacey because I don't see Lacey coming back to the Packers. Maybe the Colts or something. But he's not coming back to the Packers. I just don't see it unless he signs for a really low deal. Holy crap. Eagles are 2-13-1, which very well could happen. Not going to lie. Best linebacker, huge surprise there. Sherman, not really a surprise. Nick Folk, a decent surprise. So, we know who won all the awards, but who's going to win the Super Bowl? My projection is the Packers versus the Chiefs. So, we won the first round. Second round, we got raped by the Seahawks. Very doable. The Chiefs beat the Patriots. So, then you go down to the conference. Chiefs versus Seahawks. And the Seahawks win a 34-31 Chiefs game. Which I don't know why I said Chiefs game. Versus the Chiefs. Very realistic. Very well could happen. I'm liking the way this video is going so far as both Super Bowls, I think, are very high projected, which is really weird. It's like EA knows I'm making a video that I want to make because normally in these rebuilds, you'll see the Chargers or rebuilds, but anything franchise sim related, you see the Chargers and just teams that wouldn't make it, like the Rams. But this has been a very, in my opinion, potentially accurate what is it called? Video for Super Bowl predictions. It's been ridiculous. So hilariously, we were fired. That is awesome. We're the Packers. What do you mean select a team? We were 3-13. Woo! What is this? What happened? Guys, what is going on? So either way, we're 3-13, surprisingly. Let's take a look at the league. The Lions, by this time, I think would be pretty decent. Cowboys would probably still be a powerhouse. I think by this time, the Seahawks would start to die down as well. Texans, I don't see it. Jaguars, 100%. Redskins, I believe it. Falcons, Broncos, all right. I'll give it to them. Patriots, I think, will always be a powerhouse as long as Brady's around. Cardinals, I think, would be primed here, but I think they'd be looking for a quarterback, so I'm not exactly sure where they would be as a team. Of course, MVP was Dak, which is interesting, because that could happen. I mean, for all we know, he could win it this year, which I don't believe. Aaron Rodgers actually played all right. For 16 interceptions is ridiculous for him, but you never know. I don't see Rodgers ever playing that badly, but it could happen. Rookie quarterback for them. Defensive player of the year. Mac is just a baller, which is true. He really is. Tom Brady, best quarterback, best running back. Gio Bernard, AJ Green, Jay Hughes. So a lot of guys that we're used to on the list for the AFC, NFC. Elliott right behind Prescott. This is kind of like a this year thing. Jalen Smith did well. So the Cowboys just went on a tear of the league, man. Just absolutely dominant. It's just crazy. Like, look how many awards they won. Just so many awards. Even their kicker won an award. So the Cowboys, they're looking like another prime Super Bowl. Like, are they looking dynasty-like? Let's go to the Super Bowl, though. So Tom Brady finally decides to retire. Fair enough. I can live with that. I could see it happening by then. Maybe, what, 41, 42? That's ridiculously old. So a bunch of teams that I didn't really expect to lose lost. Patriots won. Cowboys won, of course. Cowboys lost to the Seahawks. It's believable. And from the rematch, the Patriots win yet another freaking Super Bowl, making Tom Brady the undisputed GOAT. Of course, the stats aren't really going to represent everything well. Let's see, interceptions. No one. Sacks. Couple. Kicking. Aquayo, best kicker in the league for the AFC, and he misses his field goal of the Super Bowl. So now we've seen that the Packers are in full-on desperation mode. Can't even make the playoffs now. The streak is over. They're long gone. Speaking of long gone, the Seahawks. Where are the Seahawks, man? Did they change? Okay, they're 6-10. We've got the Wizards, Orlando Wizards. I want to take a look at who they are. Probably the Chargers. Did the Cowboys win? I'm so confused. So I think the NFC is just a barren, terrible, terrible conference where a 6-8 team gets a wild card spot. A 6-8, 7-9 team wins a wild card spot. It's ridiculous. Somewhat realistic. Finally, the Steelers make the playoffs. Browns, don't see that happening, but hey, it's Madden Sim. What Madden wants to believe, they want to believe. Philip Ferentz? I don't freaking know. Wins it. You can kind of see he was going to go there. So a lot of youngsters kind of taking the league by storm now. Best team in the whole league right now is the Cardinals. Could see it happening. Not sure if it will. Barkevius Mingo has come on strong. Lots of youngsters. Melvin Gordon, best running back. Of course, the Chargers are the Wizards now. Patriots still somewhat of a dominant force. Best player overall defensively has been Mack. Definitely something of the future. Browns have the best kicker. They won something finally. Dan Bailey wins it again. Dak Prescott, best offensive, best defensive. So the Cowboys are somehow still winning awards despite the fact that they are not playing well. Don't know how you go 6-8-2 and win some of the best positions in the league. I don't get that at all. But at the end of the day, they did win a Super Bowl before, so I guess you don't have to be great. Rams, okay, it's interesting. Of course, Cleveland's going to lose right away. Atlanta destroy them. So Steelers, yeah, you see that. And the Cardinals take revenge on the Steelers. Lambert does well. Ben Roethlisberger kind of reaching the end of his career here. Doesn't do super well. A white running back from the Cardinals. That's really interesting. Nick Bonner. Philly Brown. Really not a ton of receiving weapons on the Cardinals. Not really sure how they were able to pull that off. Let's take a look at the sack totals. Nothing special. Pick totals. Nothing special again. Kicking, nothing special at all, but a very close 6-point deficit. So Packers yet again missed the playoffs. Obviously, there's other variables in. One of them being losing Aaron Rodgers to the season. Potentially, the defense is actually looking a lot better than the offense. A terrible team overall. What is the Packers' record? 2-14. A lot of variables in play. I would assume, every time the Packers do lose Rodgers, they do terribly. You could see 2,000 yards, 10 passing touchdowns. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, league MVP is Russell Wilson. Thomas Rawls right behind him. A lot of the same names are kind of coming up here. Coach of the... Ooh, I actually did it wrong. I forgot we've been 32nd offense. Man, the Packers are just nothing without Rodgers. Especially with this roster, they look like crap. So Seahawks, Ravens, I don't see that happening. Sorry, Ravens fans. It's a lot of years from now. This is actually the last year we're going to be simming. Colts, do they finally get talent around Andrew Luck? Maybe they do. Saints, Texans. So I think of all the years, this is probably the least realistic in my opinion. The Vikings make it on a whim. NFC very weak. Patriots, could happen. 6-10. I don't know. I really don't know. I would assume Belichick wouldn't be too far behind Brady whenever he decides to go. I mean, at least in my opinion, that would be it for me. Once if Brady leaves and I can't turn it into a solid team, screw it, I'm gone. It's just the coach that needed the Brady. It's just whatever. So let's go into the actual looks. So Blake Bortles, Offensive Player of the Year. Mack, once again, still just dominating the polls year in and year out, as always winning some sort of defensive award. Very impressive, Mr. Mack. Rawls with Offensive Player of the Year. Kuechly, Defensive Player of the Year. Niners are still bad, rough for them. Odell Beckham. Zach Martin. So the Cowboys still have a really damn good offensive line. And we know the best kicker is... I mean, I didn't know that. I actually thought it was Dan Bailey again. So let's move on to the final Super Bowl. Didn't mean to go down there. I thought it wouldn't be that big of a list. The final Super Bowl of the video. Who's going to win it? I honestly, when I recap this, I can't even remember who all won. I'm probably going to have to take a look at the video. So the Colts and Seahawks. All right. So I believe the Seahawks 100%, but the Colts, I don't know. It's I really just don't expect the Colts to be good at all. Like, I just feel like one of those teams, they're going to be just that team that doesn't do well. Good quarterback, but nothing around him. Jimmy Graham retires at this point. So let's take a look at the playoffs one last time. Let's go in. Take a look at the wild card. So the Miami Dolphins win. Panthers win. Texans win. And the Vikings take out the Cardinals early. Baltimore Seahawks. All right. Moving on. Colts barely beat Baltimore. Seahawks destroy the Saints. And the Seahawks beat the Colts by 6. Not surprised there. The score was a little surprising. I didn't expect them to have that close of a game. Andrew Luck kind of outperformed Andrew. What was the completion percentage? Yeah, I would say he outperformed him. A pick sucks, but, you know, the Colts defense is much worse than the Seahawks most likely. Receiving that Clemens guy, that's a man of a man. Let's take a look at the sacks, actually. So 1.5 to it. All right. Jalen Collins. Nothing special from kicking and all that. Some of these matchups were very high-end, and I could see it happening. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. If we get 1,000 likes, I will set my house on fire. I won't do that at all. But, I mean, hey, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Maybe check out some of the other videos on the channel. If you're into just one thing, maybe try some other things. And whether or not you check that video out, maybe check out next video. I don't know when that's going to be, but until that next video, see ya!